to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So, if you could recap for our audience that doesn't know why you're here, can you tell us a little bit about what happened earlier this year?
Yeah, so earlier this year, my son, Caleb, was murdered just outside the McDonald's at Willow and Nice in Clovis. It was done by two teenagers, and there's been, since then, we've found there's been almost like an epidemic of teen violence throughout California and a lot in the Central Valley. And going to court, once they've caught them, we go to court pretty often now because they're teens, and then finding out the system of trying to try them as adults, because if they're tried as a juvenile, they could possibly get out with 5 years or less, because they can also earn credits for good behavior while they're in juvenile detention system.
It's got to be daunting, the people that you've met through this process, and to hear their stories. Is some of it mind-blowing that you've heard some of how they lost some of their children and that some of these people were let free earlier? Like, what are some of the stories you heard, if you could recap a little bit for us?
Yeah, so there's the Sergio Bonboster family out of Tulare, I believe Tulare County. There's so many.
There's so many.
There's about 15 of us in our group now throughout different counties in the Central Valley. And the latest uproar, I just started my process, but they finished their process. Their son was killed by a 17-year-old, their roommate's girlfriend, stabbed, dismembered, teenage 17-year-old.
And this was in Tulare?
I believe so.
Wow.
Again, there's so many. I'm trying to keep straight.
Wow, I haven't heard of this one. That's crazy.
It gets better or worse. So she was sentenced in 2021. So this was a few years back.
Okay.
Prior to the COVID, memory loss period of our lives. 2021 sentenced. She's out now. She's going to Sacramento State.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's definitely proof she did this.
Definite proof. DNA
Definite
evidence.
dismemberment. I mean,
yeah. So that
she's living life like nothing happened.
Yeah, she's now going to Sacramento State. But teens' records are sealed, right? So you could be sitting at a school next to someone that's killed, stabbed, dismembered someone, and but they were rehabilitated, right? So.
And we won't even know about it because the records are sealed, even though they went through the court process?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, unless I think some courts seal them. Mine is public information now. So
it depends, okay.
Yeah, so it's based on the judge in the county. But all of our families are gathering together to protest against Prop 57. That was signed into law by 2/3 vote, 66% in 2016. So overwhelming majority of Californians approved it. Right? It was billed as the non-violent proposition. Just for non-violence.
Exactly. So how do we get all these violent offenders partaking in this?
So there's loopholes. So part of that Prop 57, a lot of it is non-violent offenders, and then eligibility credits to earn once you're in, and then also there were some recategorizations from felonies to misdemeanors, and then at the tail end it was juvenile system. Juvenile, it covered a broad, with the penal codes, they recategorized some things. So prior to Prop 57, depending on the crime, the district attorney had full control if they wanted to try that juvenile as an adult or the juvenile. They said they do it as an adult, they get sent right automatically to an adult court system. There's no messing around with it. After Prop 57, now there's a hearing involved, and the burden of proof is now on the district attorneys to prove, and there's multiple criteria, that this child, what they did, not only what they did, but based on their past experiences, like if they have any past history of violences or any offenses, they have to prove that, okay, not only what they did is gruesome, but there's other criteria. A couple of them are escaping my head right now. But it's a big pull on the district attorneys. Now the burden of proof's on them. Whereas prior to Prop 57, the burden of proof's on the defense to say, no, this is a good individual, they just messed up, keep them in the juvenile, we can reform them. And a lot of the argument basis for Prop 57 in the juvenile system is like the child's brain isn't fully developed until age 25. So that's why you hear the age 25 come up a lot. All right. Which is really there was like a consensus argument, which, you know, you can look into the details on that. Like whenever they say consensus, it's like just be skeptical about this. But like, it's not like they can't just get up and walk around at age 24 and a half, you know, oh, we're developed. Like, no, like they should know what's right and what's wrong.
Well, back in the day, 40 was like the end of your life. We used to be having our full families by 25. Your grandparents were getting married at like 15. Mm-hmm. They were doing this, and then, you know what I mean? So this is like a newer thing where like our brains aren't developed. But back in the day, that was midlife. Midlife was like 25 was like midlife for a lot of people. I mean, we're going just back like 100 years
ago, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, to now say, well, our brains aren't developed, it was like, well, you know what I mean? It's a little confusing to say that. Back then, that was midlife, and now, you know, your brains aren't developed until then. So it is a weird thing to think about. It is a weird
thing because it's really inconsistent across the whole legal system, because you can be drafted at 18, right?
Exactly.
If your brain's not developed,
why should we be in more if our brains are developed? So there's a lot of arguments, a lot of wiggle room right there.
Yeah. And then they were like the voting, you know, you have a right to vote at 18, you know, and there's some arguments, let's move it up to 16, you know, and then we can't drive until we're 16. It's like, well, if we have people that are non-developed brains driving around at 16, like, is that the best interest of the community? I don't know. So like the argument is not consistent based on what the actions are. And so that's what our groups focus on, is like, no, these are adult type crimes they're making. These are vicious crimes. There's stabbing involved. There's shooting which is, you know, under 21, you can't have a handgun. So there's people that are like, Caleb was shot in the head with a handgun. So like that in itself is illegal, right? So like there's all these sort of illegal things going on with these kids that are committing these horrendous crimes, murders with premeditation involved. There's the Bonds family out in Reedley was a quadruple homicide. They found bodies buried in shallow graves. Like this was, very gruesome murders that are going on. And, you know, they're going through almost 2 years of a process to just even decide if they're going to be tried as an adult or child. And the individual involved in that, I don't know the murderer's name. I don't want to know that name. It's been almost 2 years just to make the decision if it's going to be an adult type trial or just stay in the juvenile detention system. So that individual is probably almost 20 now, I believe.
So where do we stand right now? What are you hearing about where we are and where we need to be to get this prop overturned? What's the process right now?
So right now we're just developing support. Again, there's a lot of support back in 2016 from the district attorneys and law enforcement agencies to vote no on this. No. Anyone that dealt with the crimes of the criminals said no, but we didn't listen. And again, it got voted on overwhelmingly. But since then, they've added addendum. State Bill 1391 was added a few years after that, I believe in 2018, 2019, where it pretty much said anyone under 15, doesn't matter what crime you commit, you will never be given opportunity to be tried as an adult. So if you kill someone at 15 or younger, you're going to stay in the juvenile system no matter what. And so the first step is garnering awareness within the community and providing this information out that there's murderers getting 5 years and they're being stuck in the juvenile system. Sure, they're young-brained, but at this point, they should know right from wrong, and murder's not allowed, and murder's illegal, and not something we want to have in our society. So that's our first step. Next, we're actually reaching out to assemblymen and senators. We have a protest coming up October 11th, and it's going to be in the River Park. We've got some commitments from Senator Shannon Grove. She's looking at her schedule to try to come.
That's really good. Okay.
We got David Tanjipa. Talked with his office, looking to get them to come. So, and then I've gone to city council meetings, inviting them to come. To get the elected leaders involved and seeing what it's been doing the last 9 years to our society. Crime, statistically, on the metric basis, has gone down. But I make the argument it's gone down because they're hiding them in the juvenile system. A lot of these crimes are created by young people, and they're hiding in the juvenile system. They're not actually in the adult system anymore. So yeah, it does look good on a metric basis that these murders are going down. It's because, yeah, they're not there. They're in the juvenile detention system. That would be my argument. I'd like to see how many murderers are actually stuck in the juvenile system and they're getting out in 4 or 5 years on good behavior, because now they've been reformed. And who's making those decisions? It's a judge, right? On a one-time basis, it's not on a consistent basis over a long period of time. To me, if an individual is dismembering people, and if an individual is premeditating murder, and an individual is murdering multiple people at a time and burying bodies, that's a line that you cross within your frame, your soul, and it's very easy to go back and do that again. This isn't a one and done type of scenario.
Yeah, most crimes do reoccur. Most of these people do reoccur in their crimes. So right now you are getting a lot of support by actual city council people, by lawmakers. And so if we get enough of them to sign off, like what after that, where do we go to get it overturned? Is there like a number we have to get? Is there an amount of signatures we have to get?
Yeah, so there's multiple ways we could do it. We can get a sponsor, like an assemblyman or a senator. It can be an SB bill or an AB bill. It's driven. And we really want to just write up the language to carve out exceptions for crimes of this nature. If you murder someone with a weapon, you should go directly to adult court. You should circumvent the criteria to actually get them there. And you can circumvent this 2 to 3 year period of waiting and status meetings and come back next week or next month. And then you go, oh, we don't have enough time. Let's push it out again. And it's, that's essentially what I've experienced. We come in, it's a status update. Oh, we need more time. Oh, we need to review this report or that report. Because there's, for my case, and all of these cases, there's a lot of evidence that they're going through. And so they need more time to present. So you can go that way of carving it out with an assemblyman sponsoring it, or we can gather signatures. So right now, that's why we're up on protesting and getting in the media attention. And then we can go and get through the state approved to be put on it, and then we have to gather a large number of signatures on a I think they have to be handwritten signatures. Like at the grocery stores, you go and it says, this bill needs, can we get enough signatures?
Exactly.
Yeah. So there is a process. We're learning all the different avenues.
And then we have to raise money to do that, right?
Yeah.
To get that to that point, right?
Yeah. There's a money effort also in it, which we're all like families that are pushing all this, that are grieving the loss. So it's like we're just coming together.
So we need to raise money.
Yeah.
For this.
So really, we're just a support team right now, just raising awareness and putting that out there right now. So I think the next step is to get involved. And we are getting involved with a group called, oh shoot, I forgot the name of it. Sorry, it's a survivors group. I think her name's Tina. She's our main point of contact. I'll have to get that name of that. Beloved Survivors, that's what it is.
Beloved Survivors, okay.
Beloved Survivors is our team group, or it's an organization we just started working with. So it's now we're getting legitimized, not just through the media and the protests that we're doing. We're getting legitimized through Beloved Survivors group, and they offer services. They're coming to our hearings with us as support and emotional support, and then explain the processes to us. Because a lot of times it's like, oh, why'd I just sit here for 3 minutes? Take time off of work and, we sit down and we get introduced and go through this dog and pony show type thing. And I understand that there's a decorum they have to go through every time they go to court. And then it's like, oh, we agreed to push it out. And then that's it, we leave. And so they're explaining each process to us.
So what is the number of signatures that we need at least?
I don't know that.
Exact number? Okay.
I don't know the exact number. I thought it was over 500K for sure.
Okay, that sounds about right. That's what I would have guesstimated in my head.
Yeah, we're still researching and trying our best to figure out the multiple things. Right now, our focus has been on the October 11th protest, trying to get as much people aware, just to come out. Because that's a high traffic spot.
So River Park, where should we go on October 11th?
Right in the corner. It's going to be right there, the Blackstone and Nice there, southeast corner, where the River Park sign's at. The PF Chang's is right there.
And what time should we get there at?
10 a.m. 10 a.m. Just swing by, honk your horn, or walk on the sidewalk with us. Can
we put our signature on at that point, or we're not doing that yet? You're not doing the signatures quite yet?
Not doing the signatures quite yet. I will look into, I think there's a process to get it through Sacramento where they get it approved and then they give us the forms to get signatures on. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we have to work on we haven't done yet. So it's kind of daunting to go through the courts itself, having to deal with grief itself, and then trying to reach out to more families and listen to their stories and try to get them out. That's been our phase one of our group that we've been doing, just collecting people that have gone through this. I think it started just a couple months ago with Lorenzo in Hanford, which he was killed 3 days after Caleb was killed.
Really?
Yeah, he was stabbed at a Hanford Mall. The way I understood the story there is, I think he was 17, Lorenzo was, and this kid just thought he looked like a gangbanger. I know the family, they're not involved in all their sports.
So he got stabbed just because he looks like a gang member?
Yeah. People were just pressing, and he ran up to him, stabbed him in the back, and yeah, his mom, lovely soul, great woman. Yeah, they were her family sports kids. He was a football player. He was a baseball player. He was a good kid. I don't get that vibe as a gangster at all. There's Anthony. There's Jacob in Madera. He was stabbed at a quinceañera by a 15-year-old, I believe, and they just got sentencing a couple weeks ago. So the kid was 15. So likelihood of him going to juvenile court, not going to happen because of SB 1391. So he got 8 years with the opportunity to earn credits less for stabbing and killing Jacob Munoz. So junior high kid, went to a quinceañera. Fight broke out. He was trying to step in and help his friends, and yeah, got stabbed. Yeah, I know that family. It's sad. You know, it's sad. Like, you expect, you know, justice for kids that are acting out like this, carrying weapons around with them. You know, like, why would you bring a knife to a party? You know, why would you bring a knife to a mall unless you intend to use it? So, yeah, these are, you know, having, oh, the new one that just joined our group, Brandon, he was 23, I believe. 4th of July, this 2025. They were doing fireworks in the street, and a kid just came up. I think he was 16, 15 or 16. Just walking through, and he said, "Hey, do I know you?" And Brandon said, "I don't know you." And he put 3 in him. Pulled out a gun and put 3 in him. Dropped him right there.
And those were teenagers that did that as well?
Yeah, 15-year-old.
Wow. They're just running around with a gun and just...
Yeah. Said, it looks to be, so far, as a gang initiation. So the gangs are picking up on SB 1391. So if you want to enter in the gang at a young age,
right,
you want to get it credit, be a homie, move up. You go in, do a little bit of time, and you get out, and you've got, you know, street cred that you've killed someone. And so the older gens, OGs, from what I'm hearing, I'm not into that or know that lifestyle, so I'm just being told that they're recruiting at younger and younger ages. So they know the laws like we know the laws. Like, we don't like it, and they're using it to their advantage.
It is amazing. The bad people know the laws more than the good people. It really is a thing. And I think a lot of people, when they hear about this juvenile court system, people can actually be in adult prison with adult inmates, but going through the juvenile court process. So just because they're in adult prison, don't think that they're going through the juvenile court process.
Yeah.
So I think people sometimes don't understand. I knew this one girl, Sophia Christo, she had was in prison for her and her much older boyfriend stabbed her grandparents to death. She was 14 years old at the time, and she stayed into adult prison. You know, when she was 18, she was moving to adult prison, and she got out when she was 21. The adult male that she was with is getting life because he's an adult, and she's out there free now. And I think people don't understand that. They're thinking, oh, you keep on saying juvenile court. They're thinking, oh, so they're just in juvie and all that. They're going through adult prison, getting hardened with time with all that, and then just getting out. And so they have all that experiences as well. And there's just so much to process with that people don't understand. So I love when you come and explain this stuff to us, so it makes everybody aware of what's really happening, that isn't in our daily life, you know?
Yeah, we don't, like, I never knew it. Like, it's been around since 2016, and I had no clue until this year when I'm going through it. And, you know, unless you're going through it, you don't know it. And the fact that they can earn extra time off for being good after killing someone is mind-boggling. You know, I thought, again, this was for non-violent offenders, and, you know, I think what they ended up doing is like, your definition of non-violent offenders is not the same as what they've put in there. So there's extremely violent people in there that are considered non-violent now. And they've just tweaked the definitions now. And so, and honestly, like, we're in a state in California where, you know, prison populations are going down, and this is a great thing. It's wonderful. Now we're closing prison. And it's like, well, yeah, because we're letting people back out on the street that have committed horrendous murders and crimes, and we just declassified them or reclassified them. You know, we know what they did was pretty bad. Like, you know, we don't want that happening, but now they're back out into the society. And then they're saying, well, they're reformed now, and isn't it good that we don't have them in our prisons? It's like, well, it's crazy what's been going on. And I wasn't able to say this yet because I was working with it, but I had a family friend from years and years and years ago that I reached out to just last Monday, and she's was friends with Charlie Kirk. So I was working on getting my story out to that level, and to hear Wednesday that happened to Charlie Kirk. So my friend sent me a picture. It's a friend of a friend. Knew her when I was in elementary school, and her family moved out. And so it was like very hopeful Monday, Tuesday. that this was going to happen at a national level now, and then, to hear him go out. Our society is really messed up right now. Losing my son, and then we lose Charlie, which was a pretty good influence on our younger generation.
And that was also a young shooter as well.
Yes.
To point out.
Yes.
Undeveloped 25.
He was 22. So
Yeah.
The argument is that he's an undeveloped
Right.
brain, and it's like, okay, well, he's over 18 now, but that was Utah. Utah has a death penalty. California doesn't have the death penalty.
Right.
And so it's really hard to argue. My son got the death penalty with no due process. He was just killed. But we're going to give these individuals a really light sentence. And to me, just a slap on the hand and say, hey, do better. And it's like, and I think the argument there is, okay, we don't want to destroy 2 lives. And it's like, well, why not? Like, that's justice for the victims. If you're going to go and destroy other people's lives in this manner, like, you should know firsthand that your life should be destroyed as well. Now, I'm not advocating for the death penalty in all cases. I'm sure there's some where, there's defense, right? You're in an altercation and you kill someone in a defense behavior mechanism, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you're planning to kill someone and you carry this out, and then you have the foresight or the aftersight to go and bury them, or dismember them and to hide evidence after the fact, to go hide your Tesla in your parents' garage after the fact. Like, what you did, that shows what you did was wrong. That's what I'm talking about. And that, I think, is justice for the victims in these cases. Because if you don't give any justice to the victims and you give all the justice to the criminals in this case, you're just encouraging.
Recipe for disaster.
Yeah,
what's to come.
You're just encouraging that behavior.
Right.
Like, you can get away with this, and people are.
So October 11th, we're going to go support. Can you spend the last few moments telling us a little bit about Caleb?
Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Caleb was a great kid. He grew up in the church. You know that you knew him. We used to hang out back in the day. Bible thumping kid. Went to youth group. Very well liked, and multiple churches, not just the church he went to, but in that Clovis, there's Church Row right there. You've got Cross City. You've got New Cove. You've got the Well now, just in the new facility there. You've got Clovis Hills. You've got Via. He's got multiple kids that knew him in all the youth groups, and that just put a smile on my face, knowing that he reached out to all the good kids, and he hung out with kids that didn't go to church too. So it's not just about church kids. It's everyone that knew him knew he was a good kid, and he was a normal kid. He did things and had fun. But he did 2 years of Civil Air Patrol that I was really proud of him about, and I worked there with him at a young age to put him on a path and figure out what he wanted to do in his life. So he wanted to be a pilot in the Air Force, and so I pulled him out his last year so that he could finish early, because we had him signed up to go into the Air Force. He's supposed to go June 3rd. Graduate early. I planned on going away, take him to a nice vacation as a good celebration, and because he was going right into the Air Force. He would have been done with boot camp by now and starting his career, his MOS, as they call it, military occupational specialty. I always get the last one confused with safety because I'm in the occupational safety. But specialty. So his MOS was going to be an aviation mechanic. So he's going to learn to work on the planes first, start his time in the military, because he wanted to retire at 20 years. So at 38 years old, he was going to retire with full pension.
All right. Such a good plan.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
So then he was going to go to college and get his bachelor's degree in business or engineering. So to be a pilot, you got to be an officer, and an officer you need a bachelor's degree. And so, yeah, we had it all set out. Like, we made goals every year on January 1st. What's your goal for this year? Good grades. We worked out together, and he put out what he wanted to hit in the bench, the squat, the deadlift, run a mile under a certain time, because physical fitness, preparedness was also our thing big in our family. So yeah, like he set goals every year, and he sought out to achieve those things. So he was a good kid in that sense, and he accepted everyone. Since his passing, there's been about 15 kids and adults that have come down and accepted Christ in the church.
Wow, that's really awesome.
And I believe we're up to 5 that have been baptized because of knowing him directly. So he's impacted a lot of kids. And I can't tell you how many kids have rededicated their lives, of coming to church, coming in to God and reading their Bible because of Caleb.
So impressive. Where can we follow you to kind of see the process, the progress on everything that's going on and with this prop, and if we need to sign things? You're pretty good about posting that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm posting on my personal Facebook.
What about Instagram? Can we follow you there? And
yeah, my personal IG, but we need to make...
You need to make one.
We need to make one that's for everything. There is a Lorenzo's Law on the Facebook.
Okay, so follow that.
Yes, follow that right now. That. There is a, the thing you can scan.
Lorenzo's Law. Okay.
Yeah, on
that's
there.
Easy.
Lorenzo's Law, and so that's Lorenzo Sanchez. He was the guy that was killed at the Hanford. So go to Lorenzo's Law, fill out there. We're up to 12,000 signatures just on that.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, but that includes Lorenzo, that includes Caleb, that includes Jacob Munoz out of Madera, and they're all on there. We're trying to include, more names onto that, because we just started growing. But we are calling ourselves Victims for Justice, so I've got a banner that we've made. So Victims for Justice is what we're calling ourselves. So we're just starting to get organized really in the last 6 weeks.
Well, we're happy that you're here, and we're at the beginning of it, and yeah, we're going to follow this through and watch the success.
Yeah, well, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on today, and thank you for doing all that you're doing. I know it's got to be hard while you're grieving to work this hard.
Yeah. Well, what keeps me going is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, #1, and the fact that I know my son, where he's at right now, has kept me going.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so what do we got going on here? I love watching your videos. You're doing a lot of cool things right now. So tell us about the skincare.
Okay, so currently I'm at LaBelle Medical Spa, and I love all of the medical grade skincare that we carry. Currently my most loved skincare right now is Epicutis, because it's safe for pregnancy, it's safe during breastfeeding, and it's safe for children. It's non-toxic. So for all my mamas that, are aiming to be non-toxic and more holistic and stuff, this is a perfect medical grade skincare for them. So I love that we were able to bring that on to the medical spa.
So how long have you been there?
So we actually opened up in November of last year in Madera. We're located in our little hometown in Madera. For our community, opened our doors in November, and that's where I came on. I am currently the nurse practitioner there, so just treating everybody in the community. And the medical spa itself has been open for about 4 or 5 years in Merced, and then we do have a little smaller location in Turlock, and then Madera. It's where I'm at.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
So that's close to like where most of us live.
Exactly.
In the Fresno area. So what led to your journey into all of this?
So my journey started back in, 20 years ago, where I actually didn't want nothing to do with like school for a long time. I actually was just like, I'm already 22 years old and I really don't want to do a whole lot of schooling. So what can I do the faster, easiest way so I can still be a mom and have a family? And I was actually working in my little Madera Community Hospital back then, front desk, and I saw this nurse named Gwendolyn Fry, and she's a nurse, and she was like, you can definitely go be an LVN. Go do that. It's 18 months. You'll be in and out, and you'll be done. And I was like, okay, well, let me go do that. Looked into it, did the only 3 courses that were required to get into that program. I honestly don't even know how I got in.
I think that's hard.
It is hard.
Okay, well, this is the first time somebody said that's easy. I'm like, who is this? She led you astray, but it was good. It was a good trick, right?
So I have never been in college. I just took the 3 prereqs that I was required. I think Ralph Munoz had a lot to do with that. He was the counselor then, and I don't know how it happened. I know people were waiting to get into the RN program, so they rerouted to the LVN program, and I don't know, I got in. I was thankful, grateful for that, and started my journey in the medical field. From there on, saw my RNs that I was working in labor and delivery at Madera Community Hospital. Then I was like, I want to do that. I can do that. If I became an LVN, I can do that. So I continued my journey, got my RN, went back and got my RN to BSN, then went back and decided that I wanted to do more. Didn't want to just be an RN. And I mean, it's not an RN, just an RN, but just wanted to further my career. By then, I had about 4 children then.
And this is a girl that didn't want to go to school at all. Now you've done like so much more schooling than the rest of us. That's crazy.
So I ended up becoming a nurse practitioner, got my master's degree, graduated, and now I have 5 children and ended up being in school for about 16 years. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you are like Superwoman. I love this. And you look so cool. You're so cute and so great and so beautiful. So like it, and you want to make us beautiful, so I love that. Okay, so tell us, now you got here, what, you're doing like newer things than people are really doing in Fresno. Can you tell us about some of the things that's going on?
So basically just being able to be available to our community in Madera, in the Fresno, the Central Valley, doing more aesthetics, but not only aesthetics, but like overall wellness. We have a medical weight loss program. We focus on women's health as well also.
But you look great, so you're a great person for that.
Thank you. Thank you. We try to like just cater to everybody in the community, not only like moms, but also, just in general, also our males are, need catering to also, not just, just us women.
I'm always trying to send these guys in to get some Botox and stuff, so I can send them to you.
Definitely.
I'm glad you brought that up about the guys.
Yeah, so it's not just women, right? It's also men. It's also, teenagers are suffering from acne. We do a lot of like,
my niece.
Yes, so we do a lot of like, skincare also with them, and also a lot of chemical peels. I actually just finished my VI peel treatment. It's been my 7 days. So you can still see a little bit of peeling around on my forehead.
Your skin is like flawless.
Yes, so I don't do a whole lot of makeup. 1, because I'm not good at it. 2, because I don't have the time. I have 5 kids, like I said. So,
and you look like you're glowing. I love this. Oh my gosh.
Just,
yes.
A little bit of blush, a little bit of lipstick, mascara can go a long way if your skin is up to par.
My skin's like that. I wouldn't wear makeup. I love this. Okay. And then you're doing some innovative stuff. Well, some stuff that I've seen on your Instagram, I haven't seen like other places. So tell us a little bit about your lip plumpers, but it's like filler, but then you plump it. Tell us about some of that stuff.
Yes. So we do lip fillers. I do lip fillers there. And then, so basically, but a more natural aspect.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I loved it. It wasn't over the top. It was great.
No. So nothing like that. It's more natural. It's basically just shaping your lips and just giving it a little bit of plump.
Right.
Nothing crazy. You know, you have a very beautiful natural features. We just want to enhance those features.
Exactly.
You know, like nothing, there's no need to change somebody's face. Just basically just enhancing their beauty that they already have. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you're doing that you notice that other people aren't really doing in the Central Valley? Some of the services you guys offer?
So we do a lot of like, I think everybody kind of has their own specialty,
right?
But I focus more on the whole natural facial balancing, not just focusing on just immediate concerns. I look at the whole aspect of full face assessment. When anybody that comes in to me, I do a full face assessment. We do a deep consultation. We talk about your goals. We talk about your wants. We talk about timeline. We talk what's most important to you, because that's what I will, in turn make a treatment plan, and together we'll come up with a treatment plan of what we're going to do together along with that. And that's how basically taking not just the little things that you want to focus, it's not just a certain area, it's your whole area holistically in that approach.
Wow. Okay. So just to get one thing, we come and you do a whole face analysis. I like that. And that's how we leave with everything, doing everything. We're like, oh my gosh.
So, I mean, it's not all just about, I think a lot of people forget that it's not just needles, right? It's also skincare and taking care of your skin. That's how you're going to. I like a lot of skin rejuvenating treatments, catering to your skin, not just trying to fill up and add volume. It's also what's on the outside. I feel like if you, if kind of take it like a mattress, if whatever's on top of it, but if your mattress is falling apart, then nothing that you put on top of it, it's not going to look as fancy, right? So you got to make sure that mattress is nice and even, things are nice falling through, so that way everything can kind of look holistically balanced. Yeah.
That is so cool. Okay, so we come with you for, how booked up are you? Can we come when we call in?
You can call whenever and I will work with you. We can, Do
you have a big team there, or is it
So in Madera, I'm the only injector there, nurse practitioner there, and I do have my front staff, and I also have my marketing team there as well. And then in Merced, we have a couple injectors. There's the awesome manager in Merced as well, Alexis, and then our injector, she's also an injector, and then Nancy, and then we have Liz and Turlock, and we have Eliza also, who's a laser nurse as well. So we have a big team in Merced, and in Madera, it's me and my front staff and my marketing girl.
So what's the newer things that people are doing that we don't know about that's kind of everyone loves it when they try it? What's something new that you guys have?
Well, the VI peel, of course. I just did a VI peel. It's a chemical peel.
So how long does that take? You go in, and how does it work?
So you come in, I do a face consult. We decide, teenagers can do this because of acne and then active acne, and then anybody can do it. Anybody can benefit from this.
It's a VI peel.
It's a chemical peel. You come in, it takes about 10-15 minutes, and then once you're done with that, the whole process, you peel from day 3-4. It's the most intense peeling part of the journey.
It might not look that great for a couple days, but then you'll look amazing after that.
Then you'll look amazing. Then you'll have that, glowing skin.
How long is that supposed to last for?
So we do recommend 3 treatments 1 month apart, and then after that, whenever you kind of need. So yearly, I would probably do 1 or 2.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
That lasts longer than Botox, so hey, why not?
And then not only that, you're combining them with other different treatments, right, to maintain that skin, to maintain your collagen. You're combining with other different treatments together. And then you just want to make sure you're on top of your skincare, too. That's the most important thing. So
I know it's expensive to get a lot of skincare products. So do you have a cheat way of doing it where it's not crazy? What do you recommend?
So basically, this is as simple as it would get. I love Ubiquitous because it's very simple.
We have 3 things going on right here.
You have the 3 things only. So you have your oil cleanser. So look how fancy it looks, right? So your oil cleanser, and then after that, you have your lipid serum. So you wash your face. You apply the lipid serum. It has a lot of healing properties to it. Mm-hmm. And then after that, you apply the Hyva cream. And then from there...
All over your face?
All over the face. Whatever you do to your face, you do to your neck. It's very important that you don't neglect your neck because that's the whole part.
I just talked about that today. I'm like, we're gonna have to like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
okay. I'm glad you brought that up.
Any treatments, anything you do, any skincare, whatever you do to your face, you do to your neck.
Okay.
It's very important.
No, I'm glad you brought that up.
And then after that, then you just apply sunscreen. That's it.
This looks like it doesn't last really small. How long does this last?
So this is a travel kit.
Oh,
so this
okay.
is
So we
simple.
get like typically a bigger one. Okay.
So yeah, the oil cleanser, the regular size, actually will last you for a couple months. And then probably the one that you probably run into, just because I'm heavy-handed, so then this one lasts me maybe about a month or so, then I have to replace it.
This one, okay.
But the Hybrid Cream lasts me for a while too. So,
okay.
Yeah. So then you just come in and replace whatever you need at that time.
Awesome. And I do love your videos because I feel like we learn so much and you show us so many things with it. And I do like how everybody looks natural. Nobody's overdone. And I think that's what luckily everyone's going back to being more natural.
I know. We've done are the dates where we're like overfilling and big lips and big cheeks. And those are the done days. Those were before my time. So I'm glad that I'm coming on into when things are more natural. And that's what I love to do. I mean, that's what I love to show. That's what I like to do on my face as well. Like, I don't like to overdo things because there's no need. I think people are beautiful already. There's no need to change a lot.
What services do you not offer that people ask you? Like, oh, I don't do that. Is there a service that you get constantly asked about that you don't do?
I myself do not offer manzillion.
What's that? Is that like for a Brazilian for men?
Mm-hmm. But like laser hair removal, because we offer laser hair removal treatments. So I
never even thought about that. That's another thing. I want to start sending these guys and start coming in.
So I will do other services, laser hair removal on, head to toe on any woman and female, but like male.
Okay.
That's the one thing that I probably will say. Me, myself, no.
Okay, but everything else,
everything else, yes.
So what are the basics? It's all the injectors for lips, Botox, hair removal, laser, and
chemical peels. We do have an esthetician in Madera, so that's a new service that I'm really excited that we just opened up. So esthetician meaning that any facials, she does facial, she actually customizes your facial based on your skin needs. So Lupi is amazing. She comes in with over 7 years of experience as an esthetician. So I love that we're able to offer that too. And then we use Epicurious too. And other products that we cater to depending on what the patient needs. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love this. We're going to have to come out. Do you guys have any special days where it's like kind of open to the community or new people that haven't been there yet?
So no, they're welcome to come in any day. Just call our number 209-205-2899. And then call and book an appointment, a consult. And then we also do our Fridays. We also do medical weight loss and vitamin injections. So Fridays are our B12s. Instead of their $50, they're $25 on Fridays.
Oh, so cool. And then what are the weight loss injections you guys do?
So we have the GLP-1. There's 2 different brands depending on what they would like. And it's basically they come in weekly for their injections. And they also get a Lipo-B injection with that, comp with that service. It's $4.99 for installment fee and then $3.99 after that commitment of 6 months. So basically, if they've been struggling and they've been at it and they just need a little push, this is the perfect way to kind of approach that, just to make themselves feel better.
You've thought of everything, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. So I'm grateful to LaBelle Medical Spa. Dr. Mahmoudi is the one that is the medical director there, and I'm grateful for him to have given me the opportunity to be there to kind of grow in this field because, the aesthetics field is amazing. It's very rewarding, and just to come and make people happy, take whatever is off their mind, whether a loss, whether it is, just trying to get out of like a toxic relationship or just trying to hitting their 40s like me and they just want to look better, feel accomplished in life. And just, I think a little bit of confidence can go a long way for somebody.
Why? I think you're motivating people to see you, and you have 5 kids.
I do have
How old are they
kids.
now?
I have from a 17-year-old to 1 year and 8 months. Yeah, and all in between.
What? Oh my goodness.
So,
wow, you really are Superwoman.
try to be for them, you know, for them, for my family, for my husband, for my children. They're 5 girls, so I have a lot to kind of be of an example for them.
Well,
I try to.
Lucky they have you. They'll be pretty forever. So that's awesome.
My daughter does say that. She's like, Mom, I think I need a chemical peel, you know, like, and I'm like, your skin looks beautiful. She's like, because my other daughter, we have done chemical peels with her because she suffers from acne. But the other one, she's like, I could benefit from one too. You say that too. And I'm like, yes, okay, yes, we'll get that going.
That is so funny. What, where should we follow you on? What's the Instagram?
So definitely the LaBelle Medical Spa from Madera. And then also I'm under Enhance with Esther, and then definitely LaBelle Medical Spa. That's our Merced location, Turlock location as well.
Oh yeah, I've been following the Enhance with Esther, and that's right. I love the video. So everyone's got to follow. It's really cool stuff. I love it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and I can't wait to stop in. What is it off 41 and? Is it off of 41?
So it's off of 99.
Okay, 99.
99, and it's the first exit right by the Madera Community Hospital. So
that's easy.
So it's just the first exit of Madera. Yeah.
Right on. Thank you so much, everybody. Come on out and see Esther.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you for having me, Sparkle.
Yeah, dear Melanie Rose, 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 yeah, one take. Dear Melanie Rose, I couldn't breathe when they told me you gone. In and out of jail, felony prone, but gave it all up for you. It was time to come anew. I even tried cleaning solar panels on the roof. Then you left us like poof. It was nothing I could do. I'm looking at the doctor like this cannot be the truth. Honestly, me and your moms kicked it out the blue. Now we thinking of your name and the way the time flew. You was bringing me peace till the day you deceived. Probably crash out quick, leave it all up to me. But it ain't, I left it up to God. Haters had to duck and dodge. The more I knew you, the more I grew, it fucked me up inside. Your birthday was supposed to be a couple days after mine. When you make it up to heaven, make sure send my love to shot. Tell them everything is church, but they know I ain't doing fine. Feeling like I'm numb to life, all I do is puff the See, I could cry right now, but that wouldn't bring you back. I could slide right now, but that would only send me back. Waste time right now, but that would only set me back. But if it ain't back to you, we ain't going out like that. I could cry right now, but that wouldn't bring you back. I could slide right now, but that would only send me back. Waste time right now, but that would only set me back. But if it ain't back to you, we ain't going out like that, like that. M is for magnificent, cause you were yet to be. E is for everything, that's what you meant to me. L is for the losses I took prior to you, but when God called your name, he took a part of me too. O is for October, that's the month you was due. Otis got a baby coming, he would've grew up with you. Look, and I don't know, but why God ain't let you out? You the reason I've been giving niggas passes, no why it's for you. You. Look, the why is for you. The why is for you. The why is for you. Man.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure when you're in the house. Like, you are like one of Fresno's biggest and greatest.
Man, damn. Hell yeah.
And then you're like with the greatest and best because you have Fashawn. So what he produces album?
Fashawn, man. I'm dropping. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for having me, Sparkle. Yeah, so Fashawn, beyond being one of the greatest rappers of mankind, he's producing my album right now, which we just finished up, and it's gonna drop on my birthday. So yeah, he's kind of dabbles with.
That's so cool. It's gonna drop on your birthday, so October 8th. And then, is there a concert?
So I want to do you heard it first right now. I want to do like a listening party. I'm not really big on like album, like big functions and stuff. This is big for me, you know, so I kind of want to be people I care about and know. And the featured artist. We'll do like a listening party. I want to do it on Sunset Boulevard.
I want to go. I go a lot to LA. I want to go to your listening party.
Yeah, rooftop. That'd be dope.
And so you did a lot of cool. People just don't even know because you're such a regular dude that has regular things here, which I love because you're like we do regular stuff
Hence
and then you do like cool stuff. Yeah, regular stuff and then cool stuff. And so, but you actually, I don't know how you found time, but you actually toured and did a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. We went state to state. My favorite spot was Eugene, Oregon, by the way.
Why? Why was that the spot?
They were just hella receptive to my music. It felt like, you know, like, I don't know, it was just crazy. It wasn't even that much of them. Like imagine these machines or whatever. It could have been like that many of them, but they were all just like vibing and rocking with me, you know? Even though it was a good crowd, but
Oh, everything's energy. When you get that good energy, it's like it's.
And Eugene's like a hippie, kind of like a hippie town, like stoner town too.
But they loved it.
I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
That is so wild. So then, right now, is there any tours in the future that you're working on?
Supposed to be doing a West Coast tour with Mitchie Slick. Shout out to Mitchie Slick and Fresh Art Records. And other than that, I'm kind of like trying to manifest something for the kids, like not just a give back, but just as a life coach type of thing. Because I came a long way, so I want to be able to send that message, you know.
Come a long way. Give a little recap. How'd you come a long way?
A long vacation on a yacht out there overseas, you know. Nah, just I went away to deal with the ramifications of some stuff I did as a kid.
How long were you away?
Man, if
you're so young.
I'm 32.
Yeah, you're young. That's what
I'm young. Seasoned. I'm seasoned. You're seasoned. We seasoned.
We're seasoned.
Nah, but I did 7 years and 6 months. Like,
wow, so you've done a lot, like in a short time with all the stuff that you've done. That's cool.
I acquired like a lot of like knowledge in there, not just knowledge, but like I got my GED when I was in there. Took a gang of college courses. Even though I was just trying to get out early, I was still obtaining like a lot of stuff.
Do you get a lot of your inspiration from like stuff you learned there?
Heck yeah, like that's my day to day kind of like how I just learn from my mistakes, learn from other people's mistakes, and just try to stay grateful, you know, one day at a time.
And you're such a hard worker. I don't think anyone knows. Like, you're just like a hard worker. Kind of the jack of all trades.
You too?
Yeah.
Come on. How do you do it, though? Like, they ask.
We're trying to stay young, right? That's
we love it. I mean, we love it, right? I think that's where it starts.
But you really have a lot of interesting talents.
Like what? Like, okay, I do the solar panels. If you need your solar panel restored, holla at your boy.
Restored or clean, or both? What's the difference?
Well, when I'm doing my sales pitch, I say restoration. But if you need them clean, you know, I can also fix windshields, like the little chips and windshields.
Oh my god!
Let me find out you got a rock chip.
No, I'm actually okay now, but that's something now. Well, now that we've spoken in existence, I'm probably gonna need you in like 2 weeks. We shouldn't have said that, but yeah. But now you guys know you got a chip.
Yeah, I fixed cracks up to 7 inches long. But besides that, I'm the best rapper. One of the best rappers out here.
Well, absolutely in Central Valley. So who have you collabed with on this new thing that's coming out?
This new one is more like, okay, this is King Timothy Volume 2. And it's been I don't know, last time me and Ramsey were here, it's been a couple years. Shout out to Ramsey, by the way, my guy. It's been a while, but that's when right before me and Ramsey, I dropped the album, and I dropped Volume 1 of this, sequel or whatever you want to call it. Like,
so this is the sequel.
This is the second one. It's King Timothy Volume 2.
Right on.
Yeah. So, and what was the question? Oh, features. The first one was like congested with like a whole bunch of features, like Planet Asia, all the legends. I made it a note to get like all the rappers I looked up to and stuff, and aspired to, like, you know what I mean, be like. On this one, it's more like I got 2 features. There's Drea, which is a female artist. Shout out to Drea, and his name's High Ups here. And then other than that, it's just Fashion and me, because I'm telling more like my story in this one. I don't need help with that, you know.
Oh, so now we get to really see the nitty gritty. So now we gotta go and drop it. So it's dropping on October 8th. How do we get it?
All streaming platforms it'll be on. Solely produced by my Cuddy Fash. Recorded in the Vault Records. Shout out to Ramses. And this one will be like everything in a nutshell. The last one was kind of not everywhere, but I was just exposing. I was fresh to the society again, so I was just showing, okay, like, I'm back, you know. I'm this whole generation gap, so I'm like, okay, little guys, like, I'm back. Now it's like everybody knows I can rap, and kind of like you gotta become vulnerable if you really want to reach out to, you know.
And how do we follow you?
On Instagram, it's Original Grizzly. I don't really do the Facebook like that, but you check me on that. YouTube, all streaming platforms. You just type up TA The Handful. Make sure to abbreviate the TA, because if not, probably some other stuff will come up. But TA The Handful, 1 L on handful, spelled regular, not the THA, not the TA The Handful. And my Instagram is Original Grizzly. And man, I love you, Mom.
Thank you so much for coming on today. It's always a pleasure. I can't wait. Can't wait for October 8th, guys. You gotta download it.
Birthday, sunset, you going? Maybe.
Oh, so it's actually on October 8th? Well, look,
I'm thinking I might be able
to. Yeah, let's check it out.
That'd be dope. Okay.
Felt right in the morning, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.
It's a mystery.